What's up, guys? This is Josh. Um, this is going to be my first video that I've made on this YouTube channel in about 3 years now. Actually, it's probably closer to 4 years. I think the last video I made was prior to me getting married, which was back in 2020. So I think 2019 was the last video. I'm here today with a new purpose. So coming here to make this video is my first step into moving into the pathway that the Lord has for me. And that's kind of what I want to make this video about, is finding your purpose. So with me, I've been involved in several different projects, several different ventures, but I found one singular purpose that I have, that the Lord has placed on me, and that is to inspire other creatives to create for God's kingdom. And one thing that I've been doing with this video, with this YouTube channel previously, was making like videos about productivity, and I kind of dabbled with Christian creative ideas or themes, but nothing really geared and focused towards being a Christian within the creative sphere. There are plenty of creatives who are Christians, plenty of Christians like myself, who have the creative green thumb to just do anything and everything. And with all the things that I've experienced, all the things that I've learned, I'm wanting to do my due diligence and share that with you, because the Lord has allowed me to experience several things, and it would not be right for me to hold on to it myself, keep it to myself. It is meant to be presented unto you, meant to be brought out to the masses. Now, a little backstory as to kind of how I got where I am now. The sort of main project that I'm working on is a jewelry business. So I own a jewelry business with my wife and my sister-in-law. It is called Wooden Creative Co. I've been running that business for about 2 years officially. And when I say official, I got an actual LLC for it. I got registered with the state of Kentucky. Like, this was the most adult project that I've gotten into thus far. And kind of a side note there, that has been a training ground for me as far as running a business, getting a whole lot of things related to a business under my belt. And more recently, I've come to the realization of tweaking the focus of the business to actually work for God's kingdom. And that's sort of that's kind of how I got to where I am now. I've had this idea of making the things that I do work for His good, but in my jewelry business that He specifically instructed me to start, it's not necessarily been making that connection of bringing the glory back to Him, of sharing His word and His truth through that platform. And recently I've shifted that and started putting out scripture, started putting out some prayers, and just sharing that message of my faith in God. And it's really easy. It's so easy when we think about getting involved with a creative project to do it in a sort of selfish manner, to do it where it's for us. I want to create things because it feels good, it feels nice, and we began to have this sort of worldly mindset behind what we're creating, because that's just the easier route to go, and that's what we see when we are looking up things to help inspire us. When we're looking into creative projects, looking at other creatives within that sphere, those worldly things begin to permeate our thought space. And so there's not as much of a platform, at least not well known, that is inspiring Christians to create in a way, developing their business, their creative projects, whatever hobbies they have, whatever it is that they do to bring their glory back to God. When I was on Instagram, I was actually trying to find different businesses that were Christian focused, and it really is inspiring to see there are some businesses that have created their purpose not just the product itself, but using that product as a segue, as a platform to reach people with the message of Jesus Christ. And that's what I want to do with this. That's what I want to do with my jewelry business and other projects that I have moving forward. I for myself, it took me getting really focused, like super focused on God in everything that I do. So you might be thinking by now, if you are somebody who first believes in God, first, and then second has a project or a venture that you've been desiring to start, and you may be thinking now, how do I make my business, make my project work for His kingdom? That takes, for one, that focus, that hyper focus on God first. As the word says, seek Him first, and all things should be added unto you. So first we have to seek after Him, seek after what He needs for us to do. And then as we are presenting this project, what I did with my jewelry business, as I've been in prayer night to night, I would present the idea unto Him. I would give it to Him, saying, Lord, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? And wait for that response. Wait for that nudge, for that move in your heart to either move forward with that or to scrap it and move on to something else. The other thing that's going to be required is discernment, because you're going to have to then realize there are some projects, some ventures you may get into that are not they're not going to work out for you. They're not going to be beneficial to you. And that's a really hard thing to come across. That's a very hard thing to come across, because as creatives, we want to believe that every project that we have, every idea that we have is going to be perfect, it's going to be wonderful, it's going to hit millions of people. We want to believe that every project we have is going to serve the world greatly, but that's not true, unfortunately. And painfully, there are going to be some projects that, as we come up with the idea, as we write out all the plans, as we lay out this whole structure of how we're going to proceed, then we are convicted, realizing this is not going to be beneficial. So I wanted to touch on some of these things for now, and I do want to dive further into these things moving forward. The purpose of making this video the way I've made it, I actually have been wanting to get over any obstacles, any obstructions that are going to keep me from making this video. I didn't want to get held up by lighting and equipment. I was actually just testing everything out yesterday, and it was going to take some more time to get everything situated in my office where I actually would like to film. But what I decided to do is grab my smartphone, come outside where there's just decent lighting in the morning, even though there are crickets chirping, there are loud motorcycles going, whatever, it is what it is. As long as you can hear me, as long as my message is clear, I'm A-okay. This video, for me, has to get made. I have to make the first step in shooting the video so that I can get over that initial hump, because this, like diving into this project, thinking about all the things that I'm planning on doing with this platform, it's huge. It's huge. I don't want to get held up and caught up in the massive aspect of this project. I have to start small. So this is my first small step into moving on to the bigger picture. So if you stay with me this far, I appreciate it. Hope to create more videos. For now, I'm going to aim to put one video a month to kind of get my rhythm, get my flow, because I've not created YouTube videos like this in years. And back when I was making YouTube videos, I wasn't married, I didn't have a child, and I didn't have the kind of job that I have now. So as far as planning and timing, all that kind of stuff, it's going to take me a little time to kind of get my flow, so to say. So for now, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next month. Have a good day. Deuces.